Hello and welcome. This is the Expertly German Podcast, the Podcast to learn German. Hallo und herzlich willkommen zum Expertly German Podcast, dem Podcast zum Deutschlernen. Und heute haben wir eine Episode zusammen mit Luise, und zwar möchte ich euch die einzelnen Zeiten auf Deutsch beibringen, also die einzelnen Satzstrukturen für den Präsens, die Vergangenheit und die Zukunft. So the present tense, we are talking about the sentence structure together with Luise today of the present tense, the present perfect, so how to say something in the past, and how to say something in the future using the futur. Okay, so we are kind of going through a couple of sentences in the present tense, and then we try to create the past out of that and also the future. And kind of we learn the sentence structure, I would say, on the go.
Sounds good to me.
Sounds good to you. Okay, cool. So let's start with the first sentence. How would you say in German? Oh, and by the way, we leave a little break. So I say a sentence in English, and then you, listener, have to figure out what it means in German, or what the sentence would be in German. And then we tell you the answer. Or at least Louisa tries first.
All right then. Challenge accepted.
How would you say, I am buying a coffee?
Ich kaufe einen Kaffee.
Yes, ich kaufe einen Kaffee. So how would you now say that in the past?
Ich habe einen Kaffee gekauft.
Yes, ich habe einen Kaffee gekauft. And so we have the habe here on the second spot, the auxiliary verb, and we conjugate that, and then gekauft, the past participle or Partizip 2, how it's said in German, goes to the end. Ich habe einen Kaffee gekauft. Cool. And now how would you say I will buy a coffee?
Ich werde einen Kaffee kaufen.
Yes, ich werde einen Kaffee kaufen. So we have ich, the subject, then we have the conjugated version of werden, which is ich werde, and then einen Kaffee kaufen. And kaufen is just the plain verb in the end, we would call the infinitive, the infinitive version, the plain version of the verb. So ich werde einen Kaffee kaufen means I will buy a coffee. Cool. So now how would you say I am drinking a coffee?
Ich trinke einen Kaffee.
Yes, correct. And how would you say that in the past? I drank a coffee?
Ich habe einen Kaffee getrinkt.
Getrunken.
Damn.
Getrunken.
Getrunken.
So the reason why you struggled with that is because getrunken is an irregular verb. What's the special thing about irregular verbs?
They're annoying and they don't have a rule.
Yes, they are irregular. There are some rules, but kind of like very irregular rules. And that's why it's getrunken. Whilst kaufen is a regular verb. We put the ge in the front, ge, and then instead of gekaufen, we cut off the en and we say gekauft, and we put a t at the end. All right. And how would you say I will drink a coffee?
Ich würde einen Kaffee trinken.
Yes, exactly. Ich werde einen Kaffee trinken. And so here, trinken, again, just the plain version of the verb at the very end. Cool. So he is working in the office.
Arbeitet im Büro.
Ja, arbeitet im Büro.
Büro.
Yes, exactly. Better.
Arbeitet im Büro.
Yeah, exactly. So he is working in the office. And how would you say he worked in the office?
Would you say hat?
Hat.
Hat im Büro gearbeitet?
Yes, correct. Hat im Büro gearbeitet.
I still can't get that Büro.
Büro. The way how you sound it sounds a little bit like donkey in Spanish, right?
Burro.
Burro? Is it?
Yeah.
right?
No, but how do you say it again? Büro.
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 Yes, das Büro. So, hat im Büro gearbeitet. And the im here comes from in dem. So the im ends with an M, like mother. Im Büro. Yeah, so we combine that. And now he will work in the office.
Er wird
Mhm.
im Büro
Yes.
arbeiten.
Yes. Arbeiten.
Yeah, I kind of was like arbeiten
Yes,
because
you
I
were
wasn't quite sure. It just sounds wrong to
just
me. Arbeiten.
like
You only ever say like Arbeit.
yes, but most of the time when you think about a verb ended with an en, then you're safe.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cool. All right. Er wird im Büro arbeiten. Next one. You are reading a book. Kind of like a bit of a weird sentence, but you are reading a book.
Du liest ein Buch.
Ja, du liest ein Buch.
Ein Buch.
Yeah. And so here we have just liest that comes from lesen, the infinitive version to read is lesen. But now, how would you say that in the past? Like you read a book.
Du ein Buch.
Hast, du
Oh,
hast.
du hast, I missed out the habe. Du hast ein Buch gelesen.
Ja, du hast ein Buch gelesen. Correct. Exactly. And how would you say that in the future? You will read a book?
Du wirst ein Buch lesen.
Yes, du wirst ein Buch
The
lesen.
future feels a lot easier.
Can you spell wirst in German?
I can.
Oh, yeah.
In English.
No, but in German.
W-I-R-S-T.
No, but in German. Yes, but in
In
German.
English, and for those that want the translation in
Yeah.
German,
W. Yes.
V-I-R-S-T.
Yes, nice, easy peasy.
High five.
And so that was you will read a book, and now you plural buy a book. How would you say that?
Ihr ein ihr kaufen ein
Ihr,
Buch.
ihr kauft. So we have to conjugate the kaufen for the ihr and say ihr kauft.
Ihr kauft ein Buch.
Yes, ihr kauft ein Buch. Correct. And now how would you say you bought a book?
Ihr habt
Mhm.
ein Buch gekauft.
Yes, ihr habt ein Buch gekauft. Nice.
Danke.
And how would you say you will buy a book? You plural will buy a book?
Ihr werdet ein Buch kaufen.
Yes, ihr werdet ein Buch kaufen. Nice. Good one. Okay, let's do another sentence now. There is a little trick in there, and I tell you later. We are going to the park, or we are going in the park.
Wir gehen zum Park.
Yes, you could say wir gehen zum Park oder wir gehen in den Park.
Wir gehen in den Park.
Yeah. And how would you say that in the past?
Would you say wir haben in den Park
Wir,
gegeben?
wir sind.
Oh
So
no, it's the other one.
What was the rule there?
So most of the time, I know the past because it's the harbour option, and so it's always something harbour. But if you like travel or you move, then it's the sein option. So wir sind im Park gegangen.
Wir sind in den Park gegangen.
Gegangen.
Wir sind in den Park gegangen. And gehen is an irregular verb. That's why it says, that's why it is then gegangen. So it's
One
a
more
different version. Wir sind in den Park gegangen.
We went to the park.
We went to the park, exactly. We will go to the park or in the park.
Wir werden in der Park gehen.
Ja, in den Park gehen. Why? Because the in is a two-way preposition. And if you remember, if we have a two-way preposition and it's the accusative case, if there's a movement or change, then it's accusative. So going to the park is clearly a movement, and then the der Park becomes den Park as opposed to the dative. Cool. All right. So how would you drive? How would you say I am driving with my car to Germany?
Great question.
Yes.
How would you say I drive? Okay, I got this. Ich fahre mit einem. Oh wait, is it my car?
Yeah.
Ich fahre mit meinem Auto nach Deutschland.
Yes, nach Deutschland. Do you have an idea why it is mit meinem and not with meiner or something or meines?
I think you're about to tell me.
So mit is a preposition, and after mit we always use the dative case, and then we have the ending em, which we have a table for that, like the article table. And if you see that in front of you, then after the preposition mit we use the dative case, and that's why it's mit meinem Auto. And nach Deutschland. So ich fahre mit meinem Auto nach Deutschland. That is the present tense. How would you say that in the past?
Ich habe. Great.
Fahren.
Oh, so it's the sign again.
Ich.
Ich.
Like in English, where you put your garbage in. Ich
What?
bin. Ich bin.
Ich bin. I was like, what?
What are you talking about?
Yeah. Ich bin. What is the
Okay,
sentence?
so the past would be ich fahre mit, ich bin mit meinem Auto nach Deutschland gefahren. The past would be ich bin mit meinem Auto nach Deutschland gefahren. So we just keep it like that. And the future would be ich werde mit meinem Auto nach Deutschland fahren. So we keep the middle bit, the mit meinem Auto nach Deutschland, just together. And the verbs kind of fly around it for the other word orders. So as you can see, the sentence structure is quite easy, right?
Right.
So we, in the present tense, we just have the subject. Well, we don't always in German need to have the SVO structure, but that's another topic. But here we have the subject, then the conjugated verb on the second spot. That conjugated verb stays always on the second spot. And then we have the object or whatever the rest. For the past, at least for the perfect, we have the subject, then the auxiliary verb to be or to have, which is on the second position, which is the one that is conjugated. Then we have the rest of the sentence, and at the end we have the past participle, this weird GE verb. And for the future, we also have in this case, the subject at the beginning. Again, in German, that doesn't always have to be the case, but the conjugated verb werden, which actually means to become, is on the second spot, conjugated, then the object, and at the end the plain verb. No conjugation whatsoever. If you use the future, you just open the dictionary and whatever it says there, that's the verb that you're putting at the end. Easy, right? Okay, guys, I've created some more exercises for you, which you can find in the PDF document, which you can download at buymeacoffee.com. Well, the link is in the show notes as well. You can buy the document for €1. That really helps us to continue to do the podcast. You can also sign up for the membership, and you get access to all future and past learning material for the podcast. So that's kind of like, I would say, a bargain. Well, that's at least the way how I see it. And you can also go to my website, expertlygerman.com. I am offering there an A1 beginners course, that like a complete beginners course. And also I have a course on A1 to B2, which you can also sign up for. And you can book one-on-one lessons with me. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this lesson, and I'm sure we will do some more lessons soon, because I think a lot of you guys are liking this. So cheers, guys, and bis bald.